reached to a point where you could come up with a lot of ideas, right? And you've found your groove. Now it is time for you to start coming up with various different iteration of this idea, right? You cannot just put your head down and keep on coming up with this idea. You'd have to be able to come up with various iteration, and you have to ask yourself, right, if these ideas do make sense, and if these ideas that you came up with does make sense to you, there's a very high probability that it is going to make sense to other individuals too. You would have to practice the sole act of coming up with these ideas, right? Either these ideas are going to be for your personal project or for professional project. It is always a great idea to have a lot of iteration of your idea, right? When we say a lot, it does not have to be thousands of iteration. It could be at least 10 iteration of the exact same idea. And in modern world, either you're writing these things down or either you're making a video about it. You do not have to overthink. There is a way for you to start putting these ideas on a public space without over analyzing it, right? There's a way. If you're making a video, you're not going to show your face. If you are writing it in Medium, you're not going to write your exact first and last name, right? You're going to create a random account. You're going to have your idea recorded either verbally or in written form, and then you're going to present it to the public. You're going to publish it in a public platform, and what you would have to do is you'd have to let the people know that you are trying to seek feedback, even if people are super critical about giving their feedback. I'm open and I'm ready to get the feedback. If you do not explicitly say that you are open for also negative feedback, so the people would step back and they would think that it might not be the most polite thing to give a feedback. So there was this whole their critical feedback which might change the course of your life. So you'd have to be open to get a feedback, right? There's this concept called deliberate learning, and when the elements within deliberate learning means learning really fast in a short period of time. And there are three different components, and it is a cycle, right? So when the final element is seeking feedback, and you're implementing those feedbacks in your learning flow or in your learning life cycle. That's how you would progress really fast. I'll see you in the next one.